Welcome to Studio Chatter. Typical March. It doesn't know if it's spring or still winter.
Well, you know that's why they call it Mother Nature, right?
Right.
Because change. How many times do we change our minds about
true.
this or that?
It's true.
One day we're hot, one day we're cold.
Yeah, one day we're happy, one day we're sad. One
day
moment, we say
we're
days.
angry. Yeah, moment
Could
to
be
moment.
One moment to another moment.
We can have all 4 seasons in one day around here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good to have you back.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
You've
happy
missed
to be back.
one or two.
Yes, 2, I think.
Yeah.
Yes. I missed pajama episode.
Well, and let's not even call that a whole episode. That was a moment.
It was a
right?
moment.
Was it
It
a
was
moment?
a moment.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I was kind of hoping that you'd hang out in your
In the
PJs.
PJs the whole time?
Yeah. And then after our trips, we kind of had what I want to call like the long cough, cold syndrome. So still kind of raspy. I mean, I don't know. It's just not going away. I don't know if it's the change in weather. I don't know if it's the allergy season. I mean, it's kind of been a thing this year.
Yeah, just lingering.
Yeah, but it feels good. It feels good to be back in here, see the ladies, see what's going on.
Catch up on things.
Yes, well, you've been traveling, both of you.
And you.
Yes, a little bit, yeah. So I can't remember. So I had been to New York and then to California, but I think maybe we had talked about that already.
No.
No.
Because I don't
New
think
York and
been.
you've been coast to coast.
I really was, coast to coast. And now, that was Super Bowl Sunday, though, that I traveled. So did I really miss all? I don't think I missed all of February. Did I?
Who knows?
Maybe I did. I don't know. Well, I'm here for it. I'm feeling lucky.
What was your highlight? Highlight of between
my
New York and
gosh.
California?
My gosh, like there's just so many, right? Like, I think a bucket list item is probably New York Fashion Week. So
Really?
so that
Tell
was
us about
amazing.
that.
Yeah. So
You were in Fashion
So
Week?
I was not. Well, kind of. Like I actually had a moment on the runway for like the mom picture. But no, my cute little Barrett was an ambassador for a brand, so she walked for Dragon Wing Girl, which is kind of a fitness brand, and she was chosen to go back and do some modeling for New York Fashion Week. So it was kind of a whirlwind experience, but it was super, super fun. And I think we're probably set to do maybe one more fashion show. I don't know if modeling is in her future, but
Wow. Her future could go so
many ways.
many different
Oh
directions.
yeah. Lots of open
yeah,
doors.
we're having so much fun. I mean,
Did she love it? New
oh,
York.
of course she did.
Okay,
Yes,
so
the cameras on her. She just seems like she can get on the stage
she just fit right in, was pretty natural. I mean, one of the upsides though, which was really, really cool for the experience, I mean, so that in and of itself was kind of cool, but then
Yeah.
also she kind of got to be a big sister backstage to one of the other little ambassadors.
Oh,
and
cute.
they kind of developed this friendship. So she's already received like a thank you letter from the Carolinas, and it's a really, really positive brand. So it's active apparel for like tweens and young girls. So
Yeah.
so the friendships, and then like of course the moms, and I feel like even bonding with like dance moms or moms that are kind of backing their girls with all these, positive
get you.
experiences. Yeah, they kind of do. They kind of all get each other, and it was super fun. And then of course, because of my own experience with my health recently and all that jazz, Grandma came with us, so that was super fun. So I had my mom, I had my daughter. We kind of had
In
this
New
little
York
girls trip
City.
in New York City. Yes.
Did you get to go to any place?
We didn't. No, we didn't have
But
time
Fashion
because
Week still.
Yes, yeah, and there were tons of people there, tons of fun things to see with like, of course, all the fashions. So we'll see all of those like kind of popping up and being able to purchase now because it's like it was the spring run. Right?
Okay.
So
And is the brand she's modeling for Utah based?
it is not. It's Denver based. So it's based in Colorado.
So how did they find her?
So she had applied for an ambassadorship before, and then she applied again to do the runway experience.
Oh my
so I think we're
gosh.
actually going to Denver for that fashion show in May. But then we're going to have all the things, like we're right in the middle of competition season too with all the things.
So it's just if you can juggle it all.
Yeah, but it was super, that was fun. And then we hopped on a plane and we went back to California. We did more competition with dance. So we're right in the thick of all of that.
Whirlwind.
Yeah,
That's kind of how my
It
month
is a
was.
busy
I
year.
went to Maui,
Okay.
was home for 3 days, and then went to DC.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was
We're
just-
travel. Well,
Yes,
not
watching
world,
your
but-
experiences too, I'm like, wait, how did they even touch down for a moment also? And then you know that I love cherry blossom season in DC. Did you miss it?
It was just
It's
starting.
just barely
Okay.
starting.
Just barely starting. I think next week they actually
Yeah.
start the cherry blossom
Yeah.
season.
Let's hurry and go.
I know.
Let's make a quick trip,
So
right?
Yeah,
pretty.
I think they peak, like it says, March 28th
Mm-hmm.
to April 6th or something.
But
Yeah.
it's kind of crazy weather there too, right? So kind of like brisk, kind of that cold, crisp.
Oh yeah, there were
Oh,
some
50-mile-an-hour winds. Kind of,
Okay.
you know,
and
yeah.
downpour rains, and then yesterday
Sunny.
was 75 degrees. And
Again,
beautiful.
Okay.
Mother Nature.
Yes,
yeah.
circling
In
back.
less than a week.
I was able to see some of your posts. I didn't see any of your posts.
didn't
but
see
like,
any
where-
posts
Okay.
either.
Oh,
Angela?
that's because I didn't post a lot. Kevin did. He
Okay.
posted us in front of the White House.
Okay.
So we got a picture in front of the White House.
Awesome.
We tried to jump the fence, but they didn't appreciate that.
We better
Just
stop because
kidding.
we have a whole segment about this.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So yeah.
So tisk, tisk, is that
Tisk,
right?
tisk, what else?
There's
do
a
we
lot,
have?
though. There's a lot to be said about what our experiences.
So was
There.
it a girls' trip to Maui?
Yes.
Okay. I'm
One
like,
of our
I'm looking for
yeah.
like
one
your
of our
man.
good
I'm
friends
like,
owns
okay.
a condo over there.
Okay.
So that made it work.
Did you see
So
any of
fun.
the work that they've been making progress in Maui?
Oh, Lahaina looks
Mm-hmm.
exactly like the newsreel show. It's weird because
Okay.
the main road, you drive right through Lahaina, so you can drive right through it.
Okay.
But all the side streets,
Did you have to go
they're
up and
sitting
around
there.
and then down, or did they have it open?
No, you can
all
drive
the way
right
through?
down through it.
Okay.
But
when
then
I
all
was-
the side streets, they're sitting there. People are blocking it.
Yeah.
So, my gosh, our
Can't
time's
wait.
up
I know,
already.
I know. There's never enough time, but we have an amazing show ahead of us.
I know, I'm excited.
So it's time to get the chatter going. Let's get started. It's amazing when a high school student recognizes a need and then works for a solution. Welcome Aliana Walters from Spanish Fork High to the table. Welcome.
Welcome. It's good to have you here.
We
Glad
are
to be here.
excited. So I want to just kind of take this, how this all came to be, this meeting. You emailed the city council
Yes.
probably a month ago, right?
Yeah, it's been a minute, yeah.
Yeah. And you said, hey, I'm doing a fundraiser for the special needs class at Spanish Fork High School. How can you help spread the word? So I replied and said, okay, studio chatter, of course, but if you want to go on to meet us as city council, you can talk in the public comments. So if people recognize you, you spoke there. But I want to backpedal
Yes.
to
The
the backstory. So tell us about your personal family.
My personal family. So I just have a younger brother. So just me and him, we're super close. And then my mom, she's handicapped. I've taken care of her many years. I love her. She's wonderful. And then my dad, he's always there for me. So that's our kind of our family dynamics. We
Okay.
just-
So you don't know your mom any other way?
no, I
Okay.
don't.
So did you know I knew your mom in high school?
I did not know that, really.
Yep, I
Wow.
totally knew her. So do you know much like about the accident?
I do, yeah. So when she was at the same high school I'm at, Spanish Fork High School, she was going out with some friends to lunch, and they hit a Leland feed mill truck that had grain in it, so it was a compact of a 2-ton. And she was sitting on the console, and her right and left side of her brain collided and bounced off the inside walls of her skull. And so she has traumatic brain injury from that.
As it from high school on,
Yeah.
she's had that.
Yep. Never goes away, you know.
So then here comes little Aliana, a baby.
Yep.
And how has what she's endured and now, how has that shaped you? Tell us a little bit about growing up.
So ever since I've been little, I'm the kind of person that I'm going to teach myself how to tie my shoe. I'm going to teach myself these different things. So I'm very independent, but that's a good thing because my mom, with her traumatic brain injury, she doesn't know the meaning of a lot of words. She's kind of like a Dory. She has short-term and long-term memory loss.
Oh,
and so,
both.
Yeah.
Wow.
So she has a hard time remembering things maybe you told her 5 minutes ago or like when I was born or any of that. She doesn't remember. And so growing up, I was always her advocate in school, teachers, principals. Hey, like, she doesn't understand this. I need to do that. And so that shaped me into caring for people. I love them, and it makes me much more understanding and compassionate for those with their
Wow.
challenges.
This like makes me want to cry.
That makes me want to cry
Wow.
too. I'm very, very close to that story too. I mean, so I had a brain injury, so to speak, not anything as traumatic as that, but I've been kind of on house arrest for like the last 3 months or so.
wow.
So I would love to have my daughter speak to you because it does. I mean, it's makes you become more of an independent person, I'm sure.
Yes.
So listening to you speak about that and then the things that you're doing now for the special needs program is very, very heartwarming. So I do love that. And recently, actually, I've been helping in some of the special needs class at the school. So
really?
that's even better. So,
that's
so what are
awesome.
you trying to do or fundraise, or what's the project?
So I'm trying to spread the message that education is for all. Specifically, I've used our special education class at the high school to raise funds for them. We created a t-shirt that says education is for all on it that each of the children in that class helped design.
Okay.
And they're different because it shows that no matter the challenges that someone has, they all deserve to learn and grow and have that opportunity. And so with the funds that we have, we're going to take those and it'll help them for the Special Olympics gear that they need and specific things they need in their classroom to help students learn.
What are some of the things that you've seen like in their classrooms that they could really benefit from?
One is like helping them speak or some of the students communicate, like sign language boards or tablets or different things like that. There's also just creating spaces for the students and giving them their own area, just incorporating them better into the classroom.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow, and you know, my brother is also handicapped, and so things that can help them feel like they are of value and they can do things and they have a little bit of purpose, I think is really, really important, and I love that you're doing that.
Oh, thank you. I completely agree with that. That's so, yes.
And I can tell that you're really mature from having to help take care of your mom, but also learning to do things on your own. I think that says a lot about you, and I think you're going to go far places in your life too.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Are
Thank
you a senior?
I'm only a sophomore. I'm 15 years old.
Oh, see?
See, yes. the
I'm thinking
maturity
you're like
thing.
on the way to conquer the world
No,
this summer.
Well,
Do you have friends that help in the same capacity? Because I know a little bit about the peer tutoring programs in the high schools, which I didn't know about that before until they're like helping these students get to classes and do all these things and making them feel important and included. So are there other friends that are helping you in this project?
I've mainly done it alone, actually.
Okay.
I've had so much support, my administration, all the teachers, but friends specifically, they've really been there to support me, go hang up flyers, help me when I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know how to get over this hurdle or different things like that. But in my friend group, I'm the one that really loves it, and that's what I love. But being a part of this has wanted them to step up and be included more, which I think is awesome.
Oh, I
Right.
love that. Yes.
So how, if viewers are wondering, how can I donate? What's the best way for someone to find out
Okay, yes.
or where to give?
So I have a website put up on Success Fund. You can go to the link. It's https://sfnd.io/YM3N.
And I'm hoping producer Pete will put all of that on the screen.
And a hyperlink just for us, right?
Yes.
So you can just
So
click
make
on
it easy. We can just put it right in our computer and donate, and the funds, all of it will go right to that class.
Yes, it will. Yeah, I've worked with my administration so that we can just give it all to them. So
Do you have a dollar amount goal that you're trying to reach?
right now it's at $1,000, but if we were able to go over that, that would be just wonderful for their classroom. So.
And how long will this fundraiser be going?
We're going till the end of March.
Okay.
As far as, yeah.
So this is perfect timing because this will be airing the last 2 weeks of March. So I hope that as we have people listening that they're
I want
gonna-
you to take it to the district. Like, I just think that there's so many classrooms that could benefit. I mean, just beyond one school.
Yeah, I love that. That's a great idea. Yeah.
Oh,
You're wonderful.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you.
So, and right before we started filming, you told us that you are going to Washington, D.C. for your first time this summer.
I am.
And in
yes.
one of our segments coming up in just a moment, Angela and I are going to talk about our little trip there. But tell us how, like, you did something to earn a trip to DC. How did that happen?
So I'm in a club or an organization called Educators Rising. It's for those that want to become teachers, administrators, social workers, counselors, or anything in that field. And so I took my fundraiser and I showcased it essentially. I showed them all that I did. And I took first in my competition.
So when you say you took your fundraiser,
Wow.
this fundraiser that you're telling us about, you
Yes.
presented it to a committee and you
Yes,
won.
Judges, yes, I did.
Oh my
yes.
gosh.
Utah State professors, I presented it to, and they loved it. So
Wow.
So how could they not?
Of all those things that you mentioned, social worker, teacher, what would you guess would be something you'd want to do?
I want to be a special education teacher, if that's maybe not obvious.
I would never have guessed.
Oh,
So
well, you're
that's what
going
I'll go to.
places.
Oh, thank you.
You're darling
Yes.
and so smart.
You guys are so sweet.
Well, we adore you.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you.
So why the timing this year? Like, what is there any special reason? Maybe aside from if there's a competition, but is there any other reason why this year you just felt like I'm going to do this?
Well, it's my first year at the high school. I can't even drive myself around yet. But I really wanted to get involved in my community. Like with my mom, I've learned to be so compassionate. I love everyone and I just want to see them succeed and grow. And so this year with the resources that our high school has as well, I've just really been able to get the stone moving and just really push that forward. So.
We can totally see that. We see big things coming
Yeah.
from you. Thank you so much for joining us
Yes,
and
thank
educating
you.
us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You'd think that being a dean of students at a middle school would keep you busy enough, but our next guest has added the title of author to his resume. Let's welcome Gentry Youd to the table. Welcome.
Welcome, Gentry.
Thank you. Excited to be here. So thanks for having me on the show today.
Yay.
So tell us a little bit about you and how you got started writing books, but also you're the dean of students, and
Also,
Stacy
what-
has questions.
Also, what does dean of students
Yeah,
at a
Stacy
middle
has
school?
questions.
Yeah, it sounds like a really big title.
It does. It sounds super
Sounds
important.
like I'm like a
Very
college professor or
prestigious.
something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a helper, basically.
Okay.
You know, I help on the administration level
Okay.
with the principal and assistant principal. I work a lot with student behavior.
Okay.
And so a lot of the issues and the challenges that students have during the day, during the school year, I get to help. And that's what makes my job fun every single day.
So we should thank you and apologize at the same time.
No, it's great. I love working with kids. I love coaching kids and just helping them see that making a mistake is okay.
That's
And
awesome.
we can learn from our mistakes. They don't define who we are, and we become better through them. So I love the coaching kids through their struggles.
So to get to that role, were you a teacher or a counselor? Or
I was a teacher.
Okay.
So taught elementary
Yeah,
school.
I
taught
think
at the
you
junior
taught.
high.
Did you teach one of my boys?
I did.
Which one? Was it Dylan or Jaden?
Dylan.
Dylan.
Yeah, love Dylan. We
So-
talk about fishing every day.
Yes. And I asked him why he wasn't going to prom. He's like, because they don't talk about fishing. Anyways, but my favorite thing that you've done is with Ashlyn right now, because you had her announce. Do the students do announcing at the beginning of the day or something on the intercom?
I do, and the students announce
Like he'll
it
just
as well,
snatch him up
so.
and be like, "Come on, you're gonna go.
Oh,
you're
they
gonna
find
go
out that
announce."
morning.
Sometimes
to
I
the
do.
whole-
Sometimes, I always have like students that always come to me, hey, can I be a part of announcements with you? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Like,
Okay.
come
That's
on,
so
let's
fun.
go have a good time.
But did Ashlyn ever ask you, or you just snatched her up?
I can't remember. Probably just snatched her out of the hallway.
Which
It was
is
like,
so
come on.
perfect. Yeah, I
Get out
love
of-
that.
Get out of your comfort zone. Come on,
Yeah,
let's go. have
it
some
was
fun.
so good for her.
Yeah.
But that's such a fun age group anyway, right? Because
It
they're
is.
kind of just finding themselves-ish
Yes.
in the world, like their identity, who their friends are, where they congregate,
Yes.
all the things, right?
And they come from an elementary school, you know, where they've been with just the same 90
Yes.
kids for 5 years, and then they come to the middle school, and now we have, you know, multiple elementary schools that come together, and they have to find out who they are, which friend group they belong in, and start kind of making those decisions about life on their own. So
Right.
it's good.
Yeah. So
Well, before we hop into the books, I just want to
She's got
ask you
one.
like an off subject question, like what maybe your opinion is because of that age group, how social media is impacting like their behavior or their friend groups and
Honestly, a lot of the issues that we deal with,
Okay.
we can tie back to social media.
No way.
Somewhere down the line, you know, whether it's a phone or whether it's social media, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, things like that, a lot of it come from there or stem from those problems. Even the social interactions that they have, you know, they know how to get on their phone and text, but sometimes it's harder to have those conversations with one another. And that's what I like to do is just help them learn how to have those conversations with one another so they can solve them face to face
Yeah.
and not try to post something about it.
And does every kid this age have a phone?
No.
Okay, so this
No,
is 6th, 7th grade.
Yeah, 6th and 7th grade. And really, like, phones aren't a problem at school. They're not a
Oh.
big problem at school. Kids know how to manage it. Teachers know how to manage it. And we don't have that issue very often.
Oh,
Yeah, it's pretty
But I
good.
love. So there's that aspect, right? But then I love that you've also authored some books
Yes.
because I'm constantly like pushing, like, go read a book. Like, you know, if
Yeah.
you have downtime, you don't get on the phone, don't be playing games, don't do whatever. But
not all books are created equal.
right, this is
So
true. So yeah,
we have Gentry to show us
tell us.
the A-list
so
of books.
because of being an educator
Okay.
and seeing just the struggles that students have and students can go through, I just wanted to take a different approach. And I thought, okay, we need to teach love, we need to teach acceptance, and we need to teach empathy towards kids. And not towards kids, but for kids to know what they are and how to use them every single day. And so years ago, I just thought, you know what can we do? What can I do as a teacher to start reaching out to not just the students in my classroom, but to the families in the community or just people all around the country, all around the world, right? And so I did. I started with my first book. It's called King of the Court. King of the Court is actually a story that happened to me at Brockbank Elementary.
No
when I was in
way.
5th grade. And this one right here is just about friendship. And it's about a boy he's tall, lengthy, he's clumsy, he doesn't have any athletic ability at all.
Okay.
And the kids at the basketball court on the playground, they play King of the Court every single day. And, you know, at every elementary school, the good kids always become one team and beat everybody. And so this one's about a different group of boys that go out and they decide we need a plan to get better. And what if we had a tall kid that would help us get rebounds and play defense? And so they went and found Andy, who is the tall, clumsy kid. He's the loner, doesn't have friends, gets bullied. They invite him to come and play. People laugh at him when he steps on the court until they see that he had some basketball talent. He couldn't dribble, he couldn't shoot, but he could play defense and rebound because he was so big. And so it talks about Andy, how he had another gift on the basketball court besides shooting, and then everybody saw him for the talent and gift that he had. And
So were you the
everybody
clumsy
wanted
kid?
to be. No, I was always small. I was just witnessed it happening, you know.
Oh,
so
okay.
I was
I love,
on
and this
that
really
basketball
happened
court.
when you were
Yeah,
a
Brockbank
kid?
Elementary.
I went to
is-
Brockbank.
There you
I
go,
hope you've
Brockbank
donated
Brockers.
some
So by
books there.
nature-
So I've been there, and I think they have it. So,
Okay.
Anyway, that book is about friendship and that everybody has a
wanna
gift
see.
and a talent that they've been born with.
And like what age group?
Any age group, really. I mean, I go to elementary schools, middle schools. I speak for Stand for Kind, so I do a lot of school assemblies to help out.
I
in that
love the
way.
illustrations.
Has that always been in your nature to be the inclusive guy, to come play basketball with us?
I don't
Come over
think
here.
so. I
Really?
think more of me working with kids at school. It started that.
I love
So-
the title.
So
I
that
love
was
it,
that
too.
was the King of the Court. My next one happened on the JC field at the old ballpark. Parts of the story, but this book here is called The Swing of the Game, and I titled it The Swing of the Game because a lot of people think it's the one swing that changed the game, but really this book is about controlling your emotions. And so it's about the stud Bo. He's the star player. Everybody loves
This
him.
is nothing like what we'd have in Spanish.
Everybody loves
The
him.
stud baseball player.
He gets in the championship game, and everything falls apart.
Oh no.
He gets hit in the face with the ball, he strikes out, he makes errors, everybody's like counting on him to be the star, and things fall apart. And his coaches and his dad let him know, like, hey, control your emotions, just enjoy the game, we love you no matter what. And things change because he starts thinking positive about himself and who he is, and he controls that emotion that helps him power through the end of the game.
That.
So controlling your
and-
emotions, friendship, love, everybody has a gift and a talent, and we need to respect them and love them for
So
that.
Gentry, I have a suggestion for your third book.
I was
Love
going
it.
to say,
Oh, I'm first. I want to say
go.
it.
You say it, and then I'm going to say my opinion about your next
Okay.
book. Go ahead.
So you guys were talking that both of your daughters go to the same dance studio. So these are about boys. I want to see one about the girls.
So
And-
my little girl Macklin has asked me to do a
Okay, I
dance
want
one
to.
for her.
Okay.
Oh, we can't wait.
That's
Yes.
that's in the idea bank, and
Okay.
I have that one.
I wanna see a girl's book next.
Trying to go that route.
Okay.
So
See, and that's
really good.
perfect because mine is I want to see one for the parents and how the parents can control their emotions
Well-
at sporting events.
And what I'm glad that you brought up parents.
I'm
okay?
serious.
I'm glad you brought up parents. So one thing different about my books that I really love, and I'm glad I did, is at the back of every single book, I put discussion questions. So as a parent, you can go here and it has the 10 different questions that you can ask that will help a parent understand how to address it with their own children, right? But really get
But
to the
maybe
bottom
they
of the
can
moral
ask
of the story.
themselves those
And
questions.
ask themselves, yeah. Like,
Because don't you see some parents getting way too into it?
Yeah.
Too much. At young ages, and you're like,
everywhere you go. Yeah.
Your reaction is stressing your
Ridiculous.
kid out
Yeah.
because of how intense you are about
Yeah.
this.
It just goes back to just enjoy the moment and see the
Yeah.
good in others, but see the good in your own kid too.
Yeah.
And just love them through the good, love them through the bad, love them through their struggles,
Yeah.
love them through their successes.
Yeah.
Gentry, are these on Amazon?
These
or
are, so-
local bookstores?
I knew
or-
this one
These are-
was. I didn't see
These
the
are
other one, but I
both
need
on
to look at
Amazon.
it.
Okay.
So King of the Court, Swing of the Game, both on Amazon. That's the best place to
Okay.
purchase
Are
them.
they in our local Spanish Fork library?
Are they in Poppy?
I don't know if they're in the Spanish Fork Library yet or not. They should be. I
They
hope,
should be.
hope we get them there. Yeah, I should
Yeah.
drop them off there. They are in like Siegel Book and Tape. They were at Deseret Book,
Okay.
BYU Bookstore. But the best place to shop for them is probably on Amazon.
And what year were these written?
This one was the King of the Court was 2 years ago, so 2002.
Okay.
This Swing of the Game was 2003.
2023?
Sorry,
2022?
what did I just say? 20,
Yep.
2023, 2022.
So 2024 will be the dance book.
Dance book.
Yeah.
I better get on it then. huh?
From the dance dad, huh? I love it.
This is fun. Thanks for coming in and
Yes.
sharing these stories.
Yeah, no, thanks
Awesome,
for
awesome.
having me. I appreciate you guys.
Anytime.
Yeah.
Thanks for
come
what
see
you
us
guys do
again.
for the community Spanish Fork and bringing the goodness that you guys bring. So thank
Oh,
you.
thanks, Gentry.
Thank you. I know Ashlyn's going to miss you at the school, but she's also leaving because she's in 7th grade.
in
so
7th grade, going
I
to the
says, you're
junior
leaving
high."
too? Because she was like, Mr. Youd's leaving. And anyway, she came home on a rant one day and just, the kids love you. It's great. And you do influence the kids.
Thanks.
It matters. It matters what you do.
I love my job because I get to be with them every day, and the lessons I learn from them are truly amazing every single day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks again.
Thanks,
They're a
Gentry.
fun group. Thank you, Gentry.
Two out of the three of us recently returned from a trip to Washington, D.C. Who could it be? Jealous. Love it. Love the Capitol.
I love the Capitol as well.
It is really cool. It is a really cool experience.
So tell us all the things and what were your highlights besides the blossoms?
Well, the blossoms, like we said,
Yeah,
They're waiting.
they're just starting.
Okay.
But it was enough that it just gives you that like, spring is coming, and I cannot wait for just a little bit warmer weather.
Yeah.
I actually don't love the heat, so I could live in springtime weather forever. I know you disagree. I know you disagree. I just,
I would choose fall weather over spring.
I like fall as well, but fall seems too short. I just don't love the rain. I'm like, then just give me the snow.
yeah.
I'd
but
rather
it's-
have
but
snow
it's
over the
so
rain.
green and the flowers.
So you had been to DC before, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, and I have too. How many times?
Only once.
Okay.
Only once. Kevin had been a couple of times.
Okay.
So the last time we went there just to go see the sights. And so we went to tons of museums and got a tour of the Capitol and learned how to ride the metro.
Yeah.
And it is a little intimidating. I literally think we rode it the whole week, and I was like, I don't get this. There's all these lines everywhere, and they're different colors, and I'm trying to, and I think this trip
You figured it
I
out.
finally think I understand
It's
how to ride it.
intimidating.
Yeah.
It's a little
To get where I
scary.
want to go.
Yeah, but it's so affordable.
Yeah, $2.
so
$2
affordable.
every time you ride somewhere.
Yeah, and my daughter lives out there, so she drove in to be with me when I was there with my other daughter, and so we were paying parking.
And
Yeah, I checked into the hotel.
and sometimes an Uber too.
Yeah, I was avoiding. I'm like, hey, which one? And then should I just do, the subway? It's tricky. Parking's a lot of money out there.
Oh, even everything is expensive.
Yes.
We
Except all the touring. Like you can see the White House, the Capitol,
Yeah.
the Library of Congress, all the museums for free.
yeah.
So
Well, you think it's free, but your tax dollars have
thanks,
already,
Angela.
you've already paid
I'm
for
thinking
it, Stacey.
it's free.
For now, it is. Yes. So, what was your favorite? What did you love the most?
It was my third time there, and so I thought, well, we'll just show my daughter that's never been the things. And there were like 5 or 6 things that I had never done. It was my first tour of the White House, my first time up in the Washington Monument, my first
okay.
tour of the inside of the Capitol. I went in the Capitol 2 years ago, which was 2021, no, 22. So they were still kind of COVID-y. So we just went into the basement.
Oh,
Like, we didn't get it.
not
They
the
had
basement.
they had
Their
what
rooms
was in the
down there.
basement?
Just downstairs. They still had nice rooms and everything, but you didn't get to tour the Capitol. So
Okay.
touring the Capitol was
Yeah.
one of my favorites.
Well, not only that, but you had some pretty special people that were
Yes,
giving the
so
tour.
I was with the Utah League of Cities and Towns, and there were 100 of us, and all 4 of our state representatives. So John Curtis, Burgess Owens, Blake Moore, and Celeste Malloy all came in after voting and addressed
Took the
all
time
100 of us.
for
And
amazing
then,
people.
Unfortunately, Angela had to be on a dang Zoom call that she couldn't miss, so they had to leave.
Oh, shoot.
So
Well, because they started a little bit late. They were voting, so we were
yeah,
waiting
so you
for
had
them.
to wait. But it was like a good 2-hour tour, and they just split everyone up. Since there were 100 of us, they each took,
Wow,
25 people,
that's
and just gave us,
incredible.
and no one else was in the Capitol.
Yeah, so you have no people, and then you have the representatives where you can ask them questions
Yeah.
like, so what about, I loved being able to ask them directly, what about this, what about that, and hearing what other people have questions about.
And a guy that was in our group used to work there. I don't know if he was an intern at the time, but I think he worked there. He said he had given about 1,700 Capitol tours.
Wow.
So he was just like, I was with John Curtis's group, and John would be like, so-and-so, what more do you have about this? And John knew his stuff, but this other guy,
Wow.
it was really fun.
So you both had to be there for the same reason.
Yes,
Yeah?
it was the National League Cities
Okay.
Conference.
Okay.
It's a national convention. So Spanish Fork City belongs to the Utah League of Cities and
Okay.
Towns. And then each state belongs to the national one, which is just so advantageous. You have dinners, lunches, and not all of your dinners and lunches, but
Like a couple, and to
where you're-
mingle with
you're
other
talking
people.
with another city and how their cities work and sharing ideas and networking.
Yeah.
Did the entire council go?
No.
No, okay.
We usually send 2.
Okay.
But some cities send their whole councils,
wow.
which is
And our
kind of
assistant city
pricey.
manager.
But
city
yeah, there was
manager.
just a
And President Biden spoke,
Yeah.
Wow.
which no matter what side of the aisle you
To see the
to
president
see the
speak.
president, yeah, is something right
That's
there.
really
So-
yeah. I've been at a conference and I was in a room with ex-President Trump, and so
Oh, really?
Whenever you
Yeah.
get to hear someone speak,
It is
that's-
just
yeah.
super neat.
Yeah, super neat. So I also love the Smithsonian, and I
Yes.
know that there's a display on right in there right now for Miss America. So I would have been envious too.
Really?
I did not know that because I
yes.
went to the history one.
Okay.
I bet it would have been in that
We
one.
should have been asking you questions about where to go and what things to see.
I had just because we're kind of in pageant season and saw
Yeah.
a lot of posts about that recently. I don't know that I would have known, but I do love the Smithsonian. Like obviously you can
Okay.
spend hours and hours and hours, but that would have been really cool to
Yeah,
see.
because I did spend hours and hours in that one, and I
Okay.
know we still didn't hit everything.
Okay. Well, you know I'm the foodie too.
Oh.
So
Oh,
the
man,
right.
the
Yeah.
food there.
so I saw that you were at Old Abbott Grill
Yes,
and
that was our we ate
Founding
there.
Farmers.
Founding Farmers. Mwah.
And then
Like, so
Clyde's.
good.
Have you ever eaten
Forever.
at Clyde's?
I don't know
another
that I
one.
have.
That was
No.
really
That
good.
was really good.
But then we found two bakeries. The one I found is called Tate. And they had a shirt that helped me pronounce it because I'm like, I wonder how you say this. And it says, I love you a latte. Tate.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
So did you buy the shirt?
No, I was tempted.
You should have
But-
bought it and wore it.
Their food was incredible.
Incredible.
That one wasn't French though. The other one was what kind of food did they sell at Tate's?
Like a lot of
like
baked
American-
goods.
just
like
American.
quiches and croissants and lots of desserts.
So
I
kind
felt
of
like it.
was it kind of French?
Yeah, and then there was some dish that I can't even pronounce. We didn't have it, but that she said a lot of people come here just for this. And we saw a couple in DC. So if you're ever there, Tate.
Tate, and I
so
can't
good
even
for a list from you.
remember the name of the other
The
one.
other one we went to, and we didn't go together. But
Petite something. Do you remember what it's called?
No.
Oh, and it's very French, which I love because I've been to France a couple of times.
Right.
And so I've been craving.
What did
some
you eat
good.
there?
I had the crepes, and then
Oh,
Kevin had the onion soup because we went there for lunch.
Uh-huh.
Otherwise, that would sound. She went there for breakfast, and then.
But they
we-
didn't have even a menu out. We only could choose a couple things.
Really? Okay, we got a menu, but it was the short list.
It
Still,
was very
felt
short.
Like not a lot,
Yes.
but everything is really good.
It's an amazing trip, though, in and of itself. Like, I really wish that every single American could visit
I totally agree.
DC. That's one place that I think everybody should go visit. And Bentonville, Arkansas. Like, it's just,
Arkansas.
yeah, it's just like-
Bentonville, Arkansas.
Bentonville, yeah,
Is that the place where Walmart started?
Walmart, yes.
Because I remember you telling me about this years
I
ago.
mean, if anybody wants to ever take like cool summer trips, like DC, I think Bentonville is super awesome. I mean, there's all the places everybody wants to go, like Florida and California, all the time,
Yeah.
but like, yeah, like just as a U.S. citizen, they're really cool places to visit.
Well, and you can find really affordable airfare. The week before I left for DC, either of you do the flights from home?
Sometimes.
The emails. You can get on an email. I think it's $30 a year, and you
Yes.
get their daily emails. But I think Flights from Home was out to DC in like March, April, and May for $230.
Okay.
Super.
Yeah, that's super
doable.
affordable. And I mean, since we were talking about Hawaii earlier, if you have the Delta program with their American Express,
Yes.
they now offer Hawaii with their companion ticket, which it used
But that
to.
doesn't start till next January.
Oh, I thought it was this coming year already, or whenever your when your membership renews.
Okay,
I'm like,
yes,
oh,
because
you
Chris
can,
did tell me
yes,
that.
you can include Hawaii.
So,
now.
so passenger for free with
your
your.
companion certificate when you renew your
What
card.
bugs me? I love Delta. Like I'm really faithful to Delta as we're talking traveling. But my name's not the key person on our Delta American Express, so now I have to pay $30 to check a bag if Chris is not with me.
Oh. Gosh, we'll have
We'll
to have
end
a
on
travel
that
segment.
downer.
There you go.
Well, at least the door didn't fly out, so we'll call it a good. It's a win.
There you go.
It's a win.
It was a very big deal when the Spanish Fork Hospital opened, and now, 3 years later, how has the hospital had an impact on our community? Welcome our friend Megan Johnson, the new president of the hospital, to the table.
President Johnson.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I'm not worthy. Thank you. Thank
Wow,
you.
that's
No, you
so
absolutely are.
amazing.
How many weeks has it been?
About 6.
6
You're
weeks.
still
So
just
you can't,
fresh.
can't,
You're-
can't even
you've
ask
been
me how it's going.
You've been vetted pro already,
Yes.
right?
No. So it's been a great journey. Had a great opportunity opening the hospital, living in this community as the nurse administrator. Francis, the previous administrator, president, is now the CEO of the Utah Hospital Association, which left this position open, and I'm honored. I am absolutely honored to have taken on this role, and I truly feel nobody knows this hospital better
Than you.
Yeah.
But then, and let's not just pretend that, oh, Francis is leaving, so Megan, just take this spot.
Yeah.
It was competitive.
Oh, yes.
There was an interview process.
Yes.
There were people that were qualified.
Yeah,
It wasn't easy.
I heard there were about 15 applicants, and
Wow.
knocked that down to the top 3. And the whole interview process, the stress, the
Oh my
anxiety.
Oh my gosh, yes, I can only imagine.
Really just trying to prove myself and the worth, and the really it was the community backing me up. It was the caregivers that I work with day in and day out at the hospital, and really just that support that gave me the confidence to even apply for the position.
So that happens. They offer you the job, but then the work starts. How have this first 6 weeks been?
It's been stressful because Francis had left, taken on a new role, and so moving into this position, I've been doing 2 roles for probably about 5 weeks.
Because you need to fill in your
Yeah.
position,
So backfill that previous position. We did backfill that position with Cesar Garcia, who was previously my med-surg manager, and so he has been in that role for about a week now, and now we have to backfill his position.
Oh, gosh.
But this is what we love. Really, we grow our own, and
Yes.
he's been there again from the very beginning, and knows the hospital, knows the staff, knows the community. He will do an amazing job, and so proud of the work and the ability to continue to grow leaders within our community
Yeah.
and within this hospital and give them opportunities.
I love that.
Yeah,
Absolutely
it's really about
love
what we
that.
do. And
Yeah, no, that's sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, and because of that growth and growing all the people internally, what are maybe some of the top 5 or 6 things that you've seen in that span of time?
in just the 3 years. So, really, I think opening the hospital, and not just opening the hospital, but opening the hospital in a pandemic was, we were here, we did the show, and it was a challenge. It was a huge challenge for everybody. Being able to do that was a huge accomplishment. Opening a hospital is a once in a lifetime experience that, if you asked me, I probably wouldn't do it again, but doing it in COVID was great. I think also seeing the need of the hospital in this community each year, every year, we continue to hit new milestones, and all of our departments are growing. They're growing so fast. Every year it's new records, and the ER, we were built to see about 14,000 patients a year. This last year, 23, we saw over 19,000.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
So we're already underbuilt. And
Oh my gosh, in 3 years.
in 3 years, and we were approved last year to do an ED expansion. So our emergency department will be expanding. We'll start planning that
Oh my gosh.
in about 3 months, and the build will start in January, February of next year, which is unheard of. We're only 2 years old, and we were approved to already expand.
And how long were you expecting to go?
The hospital was built to grow, but
Okay.
not this fast. I mean, usually you see 5, 10 years,
Oh, okay.
even sometimes 15 years down the road. So 2 years in to be
Well, there
already
really
planning.
was that shift right after the pandemic. That's like everything shut down, and then everyone decided, I am moving to another location.
Yeah.
And
Well,
here it is.
and who wouldn't want to move to Spanish Fork?
Right.
You look at affordability, you look at inflation and the cost of living, and we've still, though we've seen it increase down here, it still is affordable, and it is a great community. It's a great place to live.
Well, taxes are lower than in a lot of other places.
Yeah. So number 4 from Pete's list of my top 6
would probably be we brought in a Da Vinci robot. So
what does that do?
Yes. It is the Da Vinci robot. It is used in general surgery. So instead of if you have an appendectomy, appendicitis and need surgery, gallbladder removed, if you've got to have surgery, even just like small bowel obstructions, surgery on your belly, we can go in laparoscopically, which is just making those incisions, and the robot will do a lot of the work.
So it's a lot less invasive.
Yes, a lot easier to recover from. You can decrease risks of infections, and so lots of great work that comes from that. So we were able to bring that in this last year.
I have a question on that.
Yeah.
If you're saying the robot's doing the surgery, is the doctor like sitting behind moving the
Yes.
things? Isn't that so difficult?
It actually is. It's a skill. There's definitely a skill.
Training.
And
Robot training.
And if you want to see more of it, we took it to the CTE Expo. So Nebo School District every year does the CTE Expo in May for the 7th graders, and we were able to take it there, and they all got to play with it, and really like the fine tune the movements.
Yeah, because it'd have to be smaller.
Yes, and so they're able to, we give them a little piece of candy and they're able to like tear the candy open and really see how hard it is. But these doctors are amazing.
Oh,
so
boy.
I'd be worried
Intricate,
that you'd be in
Yes.
surgery and the doctor would be like, I gotta sneeze. How'd you?
Yeah.
And it's like,
yeah, it's definitely a skill, but they love it. They really love it.
That's cool.
Number 3, we just opened up our ICU last month, and really what that means to the community is being able to truly keep patients closer to home. And we kind of had a skill set and an acuity level in our med-surg department where we were comfortable keeping them with the resources that we had. Opening this ICU lets us keep a higher acuity of our patients closer to home, knowing still that we have Utah Valley close for those things that we need.
So 2 questions on that. About how many people can be in the ICU?
So we have 16 med-surg beds, and instead of doing a full construction project, what we did was build these so that they could flex between med-surg and ICU.
Oh.
So if we don't have any ICU patients, we can still keep up to 16 med-surg patients. If we do have those ICUs, then they just flex in and we might have 1 ICU, 2 ICU patients, but
adaptable. I like that.
Yeah, without having to do this massive construction project.
And then will you have to do construction in the future for that?
Eventually, we would like to.
You'll be a project engineer too, right?
We're gonna open the West Wing and then the East Wing and then the...
It's been fun. I've learned a lot about.
With that, would you have had to hire like a new crew, or can they kind of interchange?
So we did staff up a little bit and hire in some extra, but we also taught and trained our current nurses to be able to care for those patients. It's just a broader scope, and it allows them to practice higher into their license. And, they love it. It's scary, but it's a lot of hard work and dedication. They've done amazing in that. Number 2 is a Mako robot.
Another robot.
Another robot. AI and technology is what healthcare does best. So our Mako robot is an orthopedic robot. So looking at the community and our aging population, those needing total knees, total hips, total shoulders replacements, it allows this to simpler. Even 10 years ago, to have a total knee and go home on the same day was unheard of, and this allows it. So,
but you're still having to cut into it. And it's just still less invasive?
Less invasive, and there is so much. The robot allows for exact measurements in how they cut the bone, how they use cement, how they use the implant. Like it is so precise that it is amazing, and patients have been waiting for this.
Okay, another question then.
Yeah.
Are these doctors, are they being trained in school?
Yeah.
Or is it more on the job training? Because in school, do they have all of these robots already?
So, we have 3 doctors right now that are using this robot. they're trained in residency, you know, when they go on to specialize in a specific area. And then some of them, you know, go on and have extra training, extra time, just to get good at these. And
It's phenomenal.
It's fascinating, isn't it?
it really is.
Yeah.
So tell us what the number one is.
You know, for me, and being in Spanish Fork, off Highway 6, the I-15, it really was our trauma certification. It was a year-long process. We had to gather data, information. We had to show that we were active in the community, helping with education. You know, what kind of things, educational promotion things are we doing in the community to show that we are, you know, working hard, trying to prevent traumatic injuries. And, you know, we talk about ground level falls. We talk about wearing seatbelts, helmets. We came in, you know, we've talked to you guys
So
about
did you
wearing
just show
helmets.
them your Studio Chatter interviews, and they're like, done?
We had the pictures from Studio Chatter.
did?
We absolutely did.
That's awesome.
We had to display everything that we were doing,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Amanda that was here, she put together this amazing book of all of the community outreach that we've done, and yes, you guys were in it. And so, you know, and that work doesn't stop. Like everything that we do just continues, and it's on to the next thing. And so, you know, we talk about these 6 things, but there's so many things that we've done, and so many people that have been involved. In the 3 years, we've grown from about 220 to 360 people that call Spanish Fork Hospital their home.
Oh,
and
boy.
Wow.
So just great things, and, you know, looking forward to the future and continued growth. The ER expansion, we've got 2 Sheldon ORs that we want to finish up. We want to bring in a cancer center, and, you know, what does that look like to the community? And
Wow.
That's a lot.
lots of
I
opportunities.
love that. I love the future. It looks bright for the hospital, and you're right there to lead the way.
Yes.
And this is perfect.
Yeah, and I think really it is the community. It is the community welcoming us, being excited. Healthcare is hard. It really is hard, and, you know, coming in and being kind and patient with us, and knowing that we show up every day to try and make their lives better, and if you're in pain, to try and keep you from pain, and to try and help you figure out what's going on. And it's not to say that we're perfect, but we will always give it 110%, and that's what means so much to everybody. This is their hospital, it's their community, but it's the community support that has made us this successful in 3 years.
Well, thank you, thank you. No doubt that you will be back here again to update us yet again. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Megan.
Congratulations.
Thank you both.
Well, ladies, everyone, what did we learn today?
A lot of
So many things, right?
Yeah, I feel like if I could sum it all up, it's people and the good things people do.
Right?
I mean, don't you think with every one of our guests? We got service, we got someone taking care of the hospital and watching it grow, and then Gentry with his amazing books, and just amazing people, amazing humans, and the things we can do.
Yeah.
Oh, the places you'll go.
Right?
And don't we wrap up a lot of our shows and we're just like, wow,
Yes.
that was good. Not anything to what we do. It's the people that come here are truly just incredible.
I have underperformed, right? I need to do better.
No.
But they're amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing humans. Kind of
Yeah.
gives you that lift of like sometimes. Yeah,
Hope and
just
inspiration,
that,
right?
that people are doing good things, even though whatever you see on TV sometimes seems always dramatic
and good things
negative.
take courage and a leap of faith. I mean, it starts with
Yeah.
Aliana, that's in high
believe
school
that?
as a sophomore, doesn't even have her driver's
Sophomore.
license, but she sees like a change, and she's brave enough to do it. But how brave it is for Megan to be like, I'm going to apply for the president of the Spanish Fork Hospital. That's bravery.
And I
That's
kind of love that
bravery.
there's strong women doing it.
yeah,
Yeah.
Awesome.
That is
Yeah.
so great.
Yes, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so
Yeah, that was
super
that was
positive
fun.
for both of them. I love the things that they're doing. And then even Gentry and his book,
I
and just
know.
being so kind, and like just that love of, and I really do believe that there has to be a passion. Like for educators, have to have that passion and that fire and that drive, and the reason they wake up every day to see those kids and really help them, you know, because they are the ones, they're paving the way, they're doing the things, they're
And you could
getting
feel that with
inspired.
Gentry.
Absolutely.
He loves it.
And I think we can feel it too when the guests are here. Sometimes, like, actually feel like leaning in, like when they're saying like leaning into the conversations. You're like, there's just never enough time. Like, tell us more.
Because we definitely could have gone a lot longer with.
We
all
could
three of
always
them.
go many, many hours
That's
there, but
true.
we're sorry that
The three of us could talk forever.
Right.
That's right.
Yes. Well, I know that we're filming, or this will air probably a different time, but it is National Pie Day, so it's on.
So what's your favorite pie?
Oh, good
If
question.
it's National Pie Day.
Okay, you go first.
Oh.
You go first.
Well, I was just going to say, when I was going to DC, because last year I went to
Oh,
a
I know what
place,
hers is now.
Okay.
and they had a peanut butter pie. And I make a peanut butter pie, but I
okay.
ordered it at this restaurant that was in the hotel, and it was chocolate peanut butter pie. And so our first night, like, we hadn't even checked in the hotel yet, and I go straight over. I'm like, can I order a slice of peanut butter pie?
Priorities.
Yes. Okay,
Yeah.
yours.
That's so hard. I would say it's a toss between a fresh peach pie and coconut cream.
Okay.
I love coconut.
Do you make both of those?
I make a really good fresh peach pie. And coconut cream, I don't actually think I've made one, but my grandma used to make them.
And that's
No,
where-
maybe she made banana cream.
That's
I
what
do
my
like-
grandma made.
I do like banana cream
I
too.
love banana cream too.
Yeah.
Probably out of those two. Like, I love pumpkin pie still. Like,
Oh, yeah.
That's my,
That's your go-to?
yeah, I think so.
Speaking of pies, maybe it's time to have your sister-in-law on.
I know.
From Lemon Tree Bakery?
She's been making fresh strawberry pies, and
Yeah.
I keep missing. She'll post it, and it's sold out, and I'm like,
Okay, maybe we'll bribe her
right.
to. Well, maybe we'll do a giveaway here or something. Yeah.
Yes.
I think it's time for that too. Well, thanks for being here with us. We hope you enjoyed the conversation. If you learned something new, please tell a friend about us.